Okay, so this is parking bay. I'm going to do step 1 out of 23. Grab my drive command, drop it down, go to the next step, and it tells me 2 rotations and coast, straightforward. So I'm going to go 2 rotations and coast. And then step 3 is to grab another drive command, drop it down. Step 4 says make it a turn, almost a point turn, at 3 rotations. So I'm going to drag my slider to about there, and I'm going to change, well, maybe a little bit less, and I'm going to change my duration variable to 3. Now I'm on step 5, where I'm going to bring in a wait command for a time frame. And that wait command is going to be 1 second. Check. And then I'm going to bring in another drive command, which is, I believe, you're changing your direction to reverse, you're setting your power down, and you're going for 3 seconds. So power is going to become 50, and direction is going to become backwards, and then this is going to become seconds, and it's actually going to be 3 seconds. Okay, check on all that. Step 9 is going to be a display, so I grab the display and I drop it in there. Step 10 says that I should choose the lock as locked, and then my X and Y variables for location are 40 and 18. So I'm going to scroll down here for image file. I'm going to go to L's, and I'm going to go to lock. There it is, locked, and it's 4016, and that's a check. So that's the image that I checked. Next, I'm going to go to a 3-second wait again. So up here, and this time frame is going to be 3 seconds this time. Now I'm on step 12, and I made it 3, and now we're going to go for another display. So we're putting a display in, and we're going to go reset on the display. So that's going for reset. And now we're in step 15. This is showing me to drag my sequence beam out in between the first time wait and the 2 commands. So I drop my cursor right there on the sequence beam, and I click, hold, and drag, and the sequence beam should extend, and these icons should actually be moving down right now. Not sure why they're not moving down. Let's drop that and see. Yeah, there they go. Okay, so I extend my sequence beam over and make a space in step 15. All I did was click and drag on that sequence beam. Step 16 tells me to grab a loop and drop it in above. Now again, you can use your arrow keys on the keyboard. If you click in the white area, you can go up and down with your arrow keys on the keyboard to make yourself have more space above. Now I'm going to grab that loop and I'm going to put it in there. So I drag it, and I drag it right above the 1 second wait and leave it there. Now I'm on step 17. Step 17 says to make the loop a time of 5 seconds. So I'm going to change this to time, and I'm going to change that to 5. Step 18 is telling me to hold the shift key down and then click on the sequence beam and bring it up into the loop. A lot of kids have a lot of trouble with this. So you hold the shift key down with your finger, you click, and then you notice that the cursor changes to this little spool when you hit the shift key. See that change in the cursor? No, I don't want sticky keys, okay? So now I get my shift key, and I click, and I bring the sequence beam up and into this command, this loop, okay? Now it doesn't look exactly like it looks there. If I drag this loop over a little bit, so I disconnected. So I'm going to grab all this code, I'm going to drag it back over here, connect it, then I'm going to move it over again, Then I'm going to hold down Shift. So I'm holding Shift down now. I come up and I go into there and connect that. Okay? And then, of course, next step is what you're actually doing in the loop. You're going to put a sound in there and so on and so forth. And the rest should be clear from there on out. This is what we call parallel programming. So it's running all this code, and then it's going to run this code at the same time. So it's actually making a beep. In this loop, it's beeping as it's driving backwards and showing the lock. And that's what we call parallel programming. You could put 3 or 4 different branches off here and have 3 or 4 things going at once. Hopefully that helps.